Hello traders everywhere, Adam Hewison here, co-founder of MarketClub with your 1 p.m. market update for Tuesday the 13th of September. The big picture and what it means today. There are a number of times when the markets trade erratically, kind of like right now. When this happens, you somehow get out of the market with some quick move either up or down against you. Afterwards you say to yourself, I should have stayed in, as the market immediately goes your way the next day. That's why it's important to look at the big picture and the big trends. The question is, what looked like a possible reversal yesterday did not change the big trends in the markets. It just doesn't happen in one day. So let's look at the big trends in the various markets we cover. Equity markets, the big trend is down. Metal markets, the big trend is up. Crude oil, the big trend is down. The dollar index, it's up in a very big trend right now. And lastly, the CRB index, the trend is down. So there you have it. Providing you are trading with the direction of the major trend, you have the odds in your favor. Always remember to keep your trading logs and game plan up to date. They will help you become a better trader. Now let's go to the 6 markets we track every day and see how we can create and maintain your wealth in 2011. But first, ask yourself this question. Is one-on-one Market Club personal coaching right for you? Why don't you give us a call and see? It won't cost you anything. There's no obligation to have a free information session just to learn how it can help you become a better trader. So call the number on the screen, 1-877-219-1482. Now let's go to the markets. And here's my home page. I'm going to go to the Portfolio Manager. And we'll start by looking at the S&P 500. Score, as you can see, is minus 65. We know immediately it's a trading range. And look at how many of these markets are in a trading range. Only the dollar index is in a strong upward trend, and also you could point to maybe the CRB index is in a strong downward trend. But certainly the dollar index is the key market right here for strength in trends. So click here, and we're going to bring up a chart. And we have a line chart, which is pretty simple. We can convert that quickly to a candlestick chart, and you can see I'm going to go to 3 months, and you can see we've kind of like chopping around here, but this is not a good market. But you have to look at the monthly trends, which is right here, short from 1258, hasn't changed. You're almost 100 points lower than that, and all of our trade triangles, I should say, with the exception of the intermediate term weekly, are on the negative side. So we put my telestrator on, and I want to share this with you. I'm going to put a couple of things on the screen. I'm going to put our Donchian trade channels, which we talk about quite often, and you just go on the on-chart studies, Donchian channels, boom. See how easy it is to do that? And also our parabolic stop and reverse. So there you have it. So looking at this right now, and I'll put the telestrator on, you can see quite clearly that we have a market that is generally going sideways. Now we still think this is a bearish pattern. We still think we're going to see this market revert to the downside and test the levels, the lower levels of the Donchian trade channels. But it seems to me that we've had the big move down, which we talked about. We sort of gone in this sort of sideways pattern here. And I think if we get a close under the 1140 area, so the key area is to us is 1140. That seems to be where the bulls are defending that line, and the bears want to make it go through if this market's going to have a hope of going lower. I think it will, because the big trend, as we said, is down, and the big trend is from this level right here. So when you're trading with the big trends, it really helps you understand how you can get this sort of crazy kind of like pattern like this. It kind of makes no sense. Sooner or later, it will revert back to the big trend. It normally does. That's how history repeats itself. So again, the parabolic is above the market, meaning the trend is down. You're going towards the lower end of the Donchian trade channels, and we're not yet in a totally oversold condition. Let me just show you how that works with, clear this off the screen. And as I scroll this down, you'll see, so we're not yet in a totally oversold condition. By oversold, I want to see the market down to these levels right here as it was in early August. So let's see how that works out. But again, interesting markets, but the big trend, negative on equities. So let's go to our next market. Next market is going to be silver. And you can see right away that the trend there, while it's been very, very sort of sideways, and it's indicating a sideways market 65, if we go further out, you can see it's actually had a fairly good move up, but we've sort of been going sideways for quite some time. A little bit concerning, but certainly the longer term monthly is up, the intermediate weekly is up, only the daily is down. So you've got a Plus 65 indicating a trading range. You can see how the Donchian trading channels have sort of contained everything so far. We're in the midpoint of the trading channel. I think providing the $40 level holds, we may see another push back up. But again, this was one to watch very carefully because this market should be doing much better in many people's eyes, and it really is not doing that. So let's go to the next market, which is a big market, of course, is the gold market, which everyone follows, that has an opinion on. Here again, there's a little bit, you've got a stronger trend. Now let me get my telestrator on here. You have a stronger trend, which we talked about. Obviously, this is year to date. We've gone up consistently in gold. The one thing to be a little bit concerned about here in my mind is the potential for a double top. We talked about this previously, but this market, again, it's not clear that this is going to see this market really break down. It seems like we possibly, are we regrouping here to go higher? It's potentially could happen. But the reality is this market needs to get going fairly soon, otherwise it's going to wear everybody out going sideways. And I think that's the biggest concern that a lot of people have right now. If you're a long-term holder, clearly the trend is positive based from 1430 on a long-term trade triangles. That's basically where we got in. 1430, the market's basically $400 higher, which is nice. 1557 was the last signal, so you can see that's a great signal. So again, these are, when you have the discipline, the game plan, and the logs to track, you can really do very, very well in these markets. So let's clear everything off the screen, go to our next market. Just give me 1 second, and we'll go to our next market. This is the crude oil. Once again, the crude oil got very, very close to the 90 level. I think it was 89.93 was the high today in October crude oil. It really hasn't got anything. It's touch and go here, but the reality is we're plus 60. It means it's a trading range, and we're at the upper levels of the Donchian trade channels, and we're a little bit overbought as well. So this is going to be very important. Plus, we have a little bit of a negative divergence going on in the Williams percent R. So that's the other thing that you have to be a little bit somewhat careful about. You've seen the MACD is indicating that it wants to go higher. That's a good thing, but it's losing a bit of its momentum just as the market has lost some of its momentum here. So again, I think we have to look at our longer term monthly trade triangles, which are pointing down from 96.56. The market's trading at 89.30 right now. And our weekly and daily are positive. So a little bit of a mixed picture. Trading range, of course, you know how to trade this with MarketClub using the Donchian trade channels and also the oscillators, the Williams percent R indicator. So again, I think that we may see a little more. I think what we'll see is just more choppy action coming into this market. So let's go to our next market, and that's going to be the dollar index. Now, this is something I'm really pretty excited about, and I'll tell you the reason why. Is simply put, we're plus 90. All the trade triangles are green. It's the strongest signal we have right now in the markets. We are overbought, it's true. I want to wait for some sort of pullback. As I said, if we see a pullback here, let me just put a line chart in here and make this simpler. I'll take off the Donchian trade channels for us and also the parabolic. So it just kind of, and we'll just put a line chart in here, which is very simple to do. Just click here, and you can see. So my feeling was we had a, if you look at, just going to draw this line here, big breakout. It's possible we come back to the 76 level, which is like another $1 lower, to test that. But generally speaking, this is a big, huge base, an energy field. We talked about this before, which is capable of carrying this market much, much higher, in my opinion. So again, this is the dollar index. It's a very positive chart pattern, and if we scope this out even further, you'll see, yes, we have a lot of things going on. In fact, you can draw a trend line from here all the way down here, and you can see how it's intersected that. Now that's a long-term trend line going all the way back to the 3rd of June 2010. So it's one that's significant. If we go back even further to max, you can see we had what is a very important double top. We moved down. We did not follow through. This is the big thing. Sometimes when you have signals technically and they don't work out the way you expect them, then sometimes the reverses happen. This is just the case we're seeing right now. So we're looking for the dollar index to trade back over 80. We're looking for the euro and the other basket in these currencies basket of currencies to weaken against the dollar as it's gaining favor. So it's not to say we have the strongest currency in the world, but it just happens the perception is we have a strong currency. So let's go to the next market, and that's going to be a very simple one, and that's the CRB index. We talked about this before, about inflation, deflation, and really we've had the signal here at, you see, 335.10. The market's currently trading 334.61. It is not particularly a bullish situation right now, even though our bias is towards the long side. We can draw a trend line in here and just see where that comes in. So we're sort of getting down to maybe the 300 level. I think we'll see another test at the 320 area, but let's scope this in just a bit closer and just maybe look at a 6-month or 3-month chart. And let's just put a line candlestick chart in, and you can see it's been pretty much all over the board. A little bit of pressure coming into this market today at 334.90. Again, this is still, weekly is up, the monthly and the daily are down, indicating more of a trading range. We're plus 55, which is a trading range, and that, of course, is when we want to look at the Donchian trade channels as well as the parabolic and the other indicators we have. We're not oversold yet, so we could still see more downside pressure in this market. Just remember, it's the big trends that really make things work in the markets, and they're the ones to trade the direction of the big trends, and you come out ahead. Hey, this is Adam Hewison. Thanks so much for taking the time and to watch this video, and we'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place, so please come back and visit with us, and we'll go through some other markets that are looking very interesting. Lots of opportunities, and as we go into Q4, lots of great opportunities to make money. So stay tuned. Let's make some money together. Adam Hewison from MarketClub. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you tomorrow.